what would appear to be an overwhelming, insurmountable mountain of thought-provoking evidence, nothing would be more damaging than Azriel cooperating with federal authorities. What she would go on to reveal would be mind-blowing.
Where are you right now?
I'm at the hospital. I'm trying to get to storage currently before he has Nix tell the workers to move everything out.
But we want to talk to you about the storage. You don't need to worry about going there because we are sending agents there to secure the area.
Okay.
Have you been to the storage facility yourself?
I have been.
Okay, and around when was the last time you were there?
The last time we went there was after we moved out of the studio. We went there because we had to get like winter clothes out of there. So we got like winter clothes, jackets, that's me,
Okay.
all kinds of stuff that we needed to get out. And
And around when was that?
I believe it was sometime this year, probably around like maybe February.
Approximately February of 2019?
Yes, of 2019. And at the time, Robert was low on money, so he also went there to see, like, to get budget. He maybe felt like he had stashed some and maybe a jacket or something.
Okay, and what does the storage unit look like?
The storage unit is like an industrial building, so it looks very, very regular. It's just like a warehouse that is full of stuff. It's full of furniture from his first big house, from his first mansion. It has cars in there, I believe. It's just a bunch of stuff that has accumulated from every single apartment that he's had over these prior, years. I know for sure it is in Schaumburg because it's about 10-12 minutes from Whitfield Mall in Schaumburg. So usually what we would do is we would go to the mall while they were at storage.
Okay. And the time you were there, did you see any other types of items like electronics or...
No, but I know that all of his electronics are in storage. I know that for a fact.
And how do you know that?
Because he has told me and because he confides in me. And when they move stuff, they move everything to storage.
Okay. And did he tell you they were in that storage unit?
He did not tell me, but I know that that is the only storage that they move everything to. Because like I said, it has stuff from his Orland Park home in there. When you first go in, there's nothing but trash bags and racks of clothing, because that is the last stuff that was left when they moved out everything in the studio. And then in the back room, it goes on infinitely. Like, I couldn't even tell you like what's in there because it's so much stuff in there. It's just piled and piled and piled and piled. But I do know for sure that his electronics, his iPads, everything is in there. Old phones that girlfriends have that, he keeps when they leave. They are all in there. He definitely does try and keep it concealed. He will put it in a different box, like maybe a shoe box, a Versace box. He'll have about 20 iPads in one box. And he'll tell them to bring a Versace box or bring a Tom Ford box from storage, and when you open it up, it'll have about 20 to 30 iPads in it. And he'll keep those iPads for, periodically, and then he'll switch them out.
While you were in the warehouse part, did you see any boxes?
It's hundreds of boxes. It's hundreds of boxes.
And can you tell me a little bit about the conversations he had with you where he told you he stored the stuff, he put iPads and other electronics in storage?
More so how it became about, because he was comfortable around me and I've been with him for 5 years, he would just originally be staying on the phone, and he got comfortable to the point where he would say, okay, put this in storage, or put that in storage, or put this furniture in storage, or put the scooter in storage, for now. And then I would ask him, what is storage? And then he told me that storage is where, he keeps all his stuff, and he just felt comfortable enough to share that with me, so.
Okay. And has he ever said, when he's telling you we're going to put stuff in storage, did that include electronic devices?
Yes, it did. Like, he would tell his Uncle Bug, take this to storage, or he would, make calls and say, take this stuff, all of this stuff is going to storage. But because I knew what was inside of the boxes, I already knew that it was his iPads that he was taking to storage.
Okay, so just so I can make sure we have it clear, you would hear him tell individuals to take boxes to storage that you had seen contained iPads.
Correct.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and who was it that he was telling you put the boxes in storage?
Whoever was his assistants at the time that he trusted, most of them were like male confidants. So I know that for sure he talked to his Uncle Bug about stuff like that. I believe he talked to June Bug about stuff like that. Daryl, he talked about stuff like that with whoever he was most close to. I don't know the men, like I said, because he definitely kept it very divided and he didn't want either parties to communicate with each other. He was very strict about that. So I couldn't really give you a name necessarily, but I know that those are the top three who were closest to him who do know about storage. So it couldn't have been but them three.
Okay. And did you ever see the types of stuff that was on those iPads that he wanted sent to storage?
Yes. It was videos. It would be videos of him having like with 3-4 women. It was videos of me and him together. It was videos of him with every girlfriend or every girl that he's ever encountered or been with. It was videos of him, he showed me a video of him beating Holly and then making Holly walk. He has shown me videos of him fucking, like having intercourse with other men, with both Joycelyn, Neek, Juice, V, Dominique. He has shown me videos of both Juice with her mother. He has shown me of them two both being intimate with Robert. He has shown me videos of with her, I believe, niece or little sister, I don't know, but she was probably about 6 or 7, and she was on video, both of them were naked, and she was touching her little niece or sister, I don't know. He has all kinds of videos. He has videos of assistants, being intimate with us, his girlfriends. He has so many different types of videos for different reasons. Some of them are because, if, he ever needs to put it out, he can put it out to extort you. He has videos of us saying that, our parents have molested us or touched us. He has a video of me, he made me do this video actually of me doing a number 2 in a cup and then eating it out of the cup. And when he saw the video, he said you weren't convincing enough, and he told me to do it again. And at that time, he made go get an iPad, and she gave me a whole bunch of junk food to eat so that I could be able to, poop or boo-boo. And he just makes a lot of us do a lot of stuff to make him feel more comfortable. So I definitely know that there is a lot of just him, stuff like that on there. It's nothing but, either extortion or sex.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yes.
Azriel's cooperation with federal authorities is, to say the least, compelling. Her testimony is arguably enough to publicly convict Kelly. But what about in a court of law? Does compelling equate to verifiable proof, or just another story? This is what makes all of Kelly's accusers questionable. Their proof, the evidence, or the lack thereof. And this is also what sets a precedence for all. What this means: in common law legal systems, a precedent or authority is a legal case that establishes a principle or rule.
Tell me, if I fuck up, if I get some shit wrong, I have no problem saying that, because I stand on the truth. And let me tell you, they gave me shit to fit their narrative. Can I tell them shit about R. Kelly and what we discovered in Chicago?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He been sending me paperwork to back it up, though. The Azriel Clary shit checked out easy. So we were in Chicago, And we met with R. Kelly's people. We met with Kerry, we met with his old management, and we also met with his recent management. And let me tell you this. The shit that they had to say and the receipts behind it, it was so much information. I couldn't even sleep that night. I couldn't sleep. And the sad part about it is, this time around, not the last time, this time around you guys are hearing exclusively from me that the receipts are checking out. But if all the receipts are checking out that I'm going to put out, R. Kelly may be innocent.
I would call you guys, don't paint no picture. Like, I have not talked to you guys in over a year because I would call you guys 4 or 5 months at a time. And when I would call you guys would be yelling. You guys would be cursing me out. Mommy would be yelling at the top of her lungs. And so what I would do, I'd say, okay, I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 months. And then hopefully you just miss me so much that you just want to talk to me. Both you and her, when I would call, it was nothing but arguments. To be completely honest with you, Robert would ask me to call you guys. And no matter what city we were in, he would say, is this your father's number or is this your mother's number? And it would say, call me. And I would say, yes, that is my father's number. And he's like, you need to call him. And I would say, I'm not going to call him. Because at that point, the only thing I get is bickering every time I pick up the phone. So if I can avoid it, if I can enjoy myself in this nice little penthouse while we in New York for the weekend, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. It was very suffocating because I was an adult at the end of the day, period. And like I said, I'm not obligated to answer anyone. I feel like, truthfully, all of the women that have been associated with Robert, I feel like once they saw him as a celebrity, not as a human being, and they were infatuated with that celebrity. I feel like a lot of them dated him because of that, because of who he was, because of the life that he had, because of the life that he could provide them. Can you talk about the shopping sprees? Can you talk about you keeping your hair and nails done? Can you talk about all the great times that you had dinner and was spending money and was splurging and was so happy? Because one thing about Robert, he has a very giving heart. As a celebrity, he has no reason to keep you kidnapped or keep you tied up. He just has no reason to allow you to move freely, take care of you, and still, at the end of the day, whatever will happen, you know.
So we looking at here, we got a before and after.
Beat me with a shoe, a size 12 foot Air Force One, and he beat me all over.
It's done. It's over. It's over. You may not even make it to trial.
So I know about the time that you spent with her all 3 times. I was there, but I wasn't visible, but I was always there. I can understand about how you feel about the before, because I've witnessed the before and I've witnessed the after. So I know about the time that you spent with her all 3 times. The middle is me. So it's real when she was here. Gave her all of the information. I got the actual people on the phone. She made the decisions. She made the decisions of her own, and it was not easy. It was days and days and days of crying. It was hours and hours and hours of footage. It was indictments. It was phone calls. It was a lot of different things, and it was a lot of information that she just did not know.
Overwhelming details. Some of the best psychological manipulators are ones that can put up the facade of being intellectual, even if they aren't necessarily more intelligent than someone else. They are very good at seeming like it, either applying arbitrary facts to a situation or just making up facts. A person that can convincingly lie about details or pretend to be an expert is very hard to argue with.
I think what really made what solidified what you showed her was his absence, because it might have been a completely different story if he was out. I don't think so. Not after what I showed her. Like, not how she took it. It's not just me. It's not just me that dealt with her. It's my girl. It's my mom. It's my daughter.
Being rushed into making decisions can result in you having to trust another person's advice that may not actually be better for you, or end up in you not getting what you want. Manipulators are hyper aware of this. They know that if they hurry someone into making a decision, they can greatly influence the outcome.
What you're trying to say is that no matter how much I showed her that the things that he was telling her were lies, and she went on national TV and did what she did, you don't think that had nothing to do with her realizing that, fuck this motherfucker. I can't believe. I think all of that had something to do with it, but I think what solidified her actions was his absence. Everything came into play, but what I think finalized it and gave her the courage and the strength to go on is because there were other people in her ear and he wasn't there to defend it. Had he been there to defend it, I don't think it would have turned out the same way. Right. She was vulnerable. I'm not saying what you did was wrong. I'm not saying what you did was right, but she was vulnerable. Anybody could have came in and slid in her ear and told her anything because the nigga not there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think if R. Kelly would have been out on bail, if he was granted bail, I don't think Azriel would have flipped. If R. Kelly was in the streets, Azriel wouldn't have flipped, in my opinion.
Whatever I say I'm going to do, I'm going to do, right? And let me tell
if they are true or not. Check this out, and then we're going to talk.
When it comes down to faith, I'm skeptical about faith. I don't know.
That bitch lying. I can let you listen to 4 hours of motherfucking tape. That bitch mama told her to go back and get some more motherfucking proof. I got that shit on motherfucking video and audio. I just trying to hold that shit because my daughter's in a situation. I got that bitch saying that on goddamn tape, video and audio. You can see her goddamn face saying this shit.
That's crazy as hell.
But I'm not messy like that. I just want my daughter out this shit. I don't want to get involved in that old dumb shit. That's between her and R. Kelly. But when you start threatening my daughter...
Name's is Tamara. I sent an email to the person who sent me the audio, and they confirmed that Tamara is Tamara Simmons, an executive producer from the Surviving R. Kelly documentary with Lifetime. These allegations are all alleged. I cannot confirm or deny if they are true or not. Check this out, and then we're going to talk.
From Mr. Gerald Griggs.
It comes down to faith. I'm skeptical about faith. I don't know.
That bitch lying. I can let you listen to 4 hours of motherfucking tape. That bitch mama told her to go back and get some more motherfucking proof. I got that shit on motherfucking video and audio. I just trying to hold that shit because my daughter's in a situation. I got that bitch saying that on goddamn tape, video and audio. You can see her goddamn face saying this shit.
That's crazy as hell.
But I'm not messy like that. I just want my daughter out this shit. I don't want to get involved in that old dumb shit. That's between her and R. Kelly. But when you start threatening my daughter...
Name's is Tamara. I sent an email to the person who sent me the audio, and they confirmed that Tamara is Tamara Simmons, an executive producer from the Surviving R. Kelly documentary with Lifetime. These allegations are all alleged. I cannot confirm or deny if they are true or not. Check this out, and then we're going to talk.
I don't like that. I don't think that was fair. We've already punched this man. We already punched his head in. He booked, he charged. There's nothing left that this side can do. There's no more media. There's no more media. You know what I mean? Everywhere I turn, it's you. And you putting out, oh man, they got kicked out of the apartment. I know for a fact that that's not true. This shit is over with. Stop. Stop. Like, who the fuck want to come home to a bunch of mess? Like, stop.
My child is in the trunk, and they are okay. That's what I can tell you. That's what I'll tell everybody.
What I don't agree with was the media blitz that came out this morning from Mr. Gerald Griggs. I don't like that. I don't think that was fair. We've already punched this man. We already punched his head in. He booked, he charged. There's nothing left that this side can do. There's no more media. There's no more media. You know what I mean? Everywhere I turn, it's you. And you putting out, oh man, they got kicked out of their apartment. I know for a fact that that's not true. This shit is over with. Stop. Stop.
Committing suicide. My daughter, the suicide pact, everybody asks about where that came from. You know, asks about where a whole lot of this shit, this stuff come from. It don't come from false information. It come from me with real information. And it wasn't supposed to be put out there to play with because somebody want likes or anything. My daughter suffered from a depression from a situation similar. So I don't need nobody spreading negative energy saying, oh, this is... Some people like to post some of the things they do without thinking what they do. And some things that people do is more harmful than it is a solution. All for a few views and a few likes. If you want to make a post, make the post. If you're talking to the other set of family, please make the post for them. You know, all help is help. But please leave my daughter off your post. My daughter is not committing suicide. My daughter, the suicide pact, everybody asks about where that came from. You know, asks about where a whole lot of this shit, this stuff come from. It don't come from false information. It come from me with real information. And it wasn't supposed to be put out there to play with because somebody want likes or anything. My daughter suffered from a depression from a situation similar. So I don't need nobody spreading negative energy saying, oh, this is... Some people like to post some of the things they do without thinking what they do. And some things that people do is more harmful than it is a solution. All for a few views and a few likes. If you want to make a post, make the post. If you're talking to the other set of family, please make the post for them. You know, all help is help. But please leave my daughter off your post. My daughter is not committing suicide. My daughter, the suicide pact, everybody asks about where that came from. You know, asks about where a whole lot of this shit, this stuff come from. It don't come from false information. It come from me with real information. And it wasn't supposed to be put out there to play with because somebody want likes or anything. My daughter suffered from a depression from a situation similar. So I don't need nobody spreading negative energy saying, oh, this is... Some people like to post some of the things they do without thinking what they do. And some things that people do is more harmful than it is a solution. All for a few views and a few likes. If you want to make a post, make the post. If you're talking to the other set of family, please make the post for them. You know, all help is help. But please leave my daughter off your post. My daughter is not committing suicide. My daughter, the suicide pact, everybody asks about where that came from. You know, asks about where a whole lot of this shit, this stuff come from. It don't come from false information. It come from me with